So if you try to uh, run this, uh, play this new package, actually I updated a bit from the last session. Yep, just again, yeah, please download the where is it? In Google Drive and day 3 packages third day, and please download the all the packages, and then especially the first one, and please import this package now. And we start from the new file, I mean new project. So before you import my package, please make sure import the AI Foundation and AI Core, and then after that, please import my package. Otherwise, there is going to be error. So in this file, what I've done is I just changed a bit. Like I changed the buttons design, and rather than house or cube or sphere, I just downloaded the tail files from the internet, and I just input these these files as a prefabs, and that's it actually. Then the first day we only we did I I dumped the place and buy buttons, and we only could just places everywhere. So I'll just tell you what I've updated, what I changed it to do it. So let's open the our new script, not new script. I mean the sorry, the placement manager, and simply I'm going to compare with the our previous placement manager. So this is the placement manager from today's package, and this placement manager, this script is from our first day. So if you see here, uh, we we wrote every function of the placement is under the void update, and here I deleted everything inside of the update, and I created new void, which is one is placement place object on click, and the other one is by object on click. And I divided these functions into two ways. So one is, so on the placement manager, I just, yeah. And here, this input touch count, we don't need this because we before that we make it to work in when you click the anywhere on your screen, it could work. And now we are going to use the buttons, so we don't need this touch statement. And here, so from only here to here, we use the get object to buy and now. And the over UI, this is also, we don't need this one because we're going to use the buttons. So what we need is actually just avoid the error. We bring these functions to here, and then the instantiate object functions we brought the inside of the place on click. And then I created another by object on click, which is like, so when we use this one, as you can see here, we destroy the new AI object every time when we create the new one. And so when you buy it, it's going to be there. It's going to be like, so here, when I click the place, the object is changing. And when I click buy, It's not going to be destroyed. It's going to be there, and then you can place another object over here. So to do that, just created another private private game object, which is boot AR object, and I just instantiate this same object as what we instantiated in this function. And then to avoid the duplicate in one place, we just destroy the new AR object. So when you click the buy button, every time it's going to create the new object, which is both AR object in that location. And then after you wrote this one, when you go to the canvas, I created two buttons, which is place and buy. And under the place button, I here on click, I just edit function on click and the drag and drop placement manager to here, and then call the function of place object on click. So now it's going to instantiate a new object in every location. And then and the buy button, exactly the same thing. And just a linked, what is it, buy object on click. So it's going to do this one. So we don't need to check the UI anymore. So it's only going to check, it's only going to instantiate object when you click the buttons. So that's the current state of our package. So from here, what we're going to do today is we're going to add some functions with money, like because since we just call this one as a shop, so what we want to do is what we're going to add is, as you can see here, we have the money over here. So every time when you buy it, you're going to spend the money. So yeah, there can be the limitation of the how many items you can buy and like so you can have the assets and you're going to spend that money and that is let's do it. So first of all, just we're going to create a new script which is let's call this one as shop manager. And then just give me a second. And under the shop manager, we're not going to do that much things. So we don't need this. Yeah, we're not going to attach this script to anywhere. So we're going to delete mono behavior. And yeah, what we want to do here is just simply make the public game object. And maybe I'll just call this one as purchased item. And then because we're going to handling the cost, so public integer cost and save this. And there, I'm going to explain you why we need this one. But there, for now, let's write down the system that serializable. So usually, if you don't have the mono behavior over here, you cannot see like even though we wrote down the public object over here, you cannot see these variables in the Unity, but the system serializable make these variables can be seen inside of the Unity. So does it mean is you will figure it out very soon. So we need to change the placement manager as well. And placement manager here. So we're going to use the rather than the game object, we're going to use the game object from shop manager. This one. So here, let's try to change the rather than game object. Please change this to shop manager. And if you save this one, only the first one. Be sure that there is a error. I mean, before we change, because to see the difference, I just wanted to show the difference. So shop manager, test object, just save it. Okay. When you see the placement manager now, you will see the test object over here, which is this one. And then when you go to the test object, you will see the purchased item and cost, which is from the shop manager, this one. But if you comment out this system serializable, those variables are cannot be seen in Unity anymore. So just this function and this code, this script is to make these variables are visible. So so now rather than using the game object, we're going to use the shop manager from now on. So we can change all of these game object to shop manager out the buttons, and we don't need this anymore. And then go to the go to the placement on click as well. I mean, so we're going to change everything we have. This all the errors. We're going to fix this one. Or we're going to fix this one. Here is the error. First of all, the set object to buy and these are error because set object to buy they only read the game object for now. So we'd like to change this one to shop manager. And then this one also has an error because it returns game object, I mean, a shop manager, but yeah, we named it as a game object. So we need to change this one as a shop manager as well. And again, inside of the object on click, this get object to buy, change it to shop manager. So we need to change it to shop manager as well and just save it. And here, yeah, there is an error because uh, new AL object is a game object and it is instantiating the shop manager. So, but we're not going to change new AL object because we need to instantiate game object. The first one should be the game object itself. So what we're going to use is the game object of the shop manager. So what we want to do here is to select object inside of the selected object, which is shop manager, we're going to read this purchased item. So go here, type dot, and it's going to show the purchased item. And this is now the game object of the selected object inside of the shop manager. So now is new AR object is going to instantiate this game object. Save it. Go to the same manager, I mean, sorry, placement manager. Now you will see these buttons, these prefabs, and yeah, now we need to attach all the prefabs again. So I'm going to attach these chairs. The post is for now is fine. Well, I just can say that later, like just you can put it this. We don't use this one right now, so we're going to use that. And to use that, we need to write down the another script. So I'm going to name it as a money manager. And money manager, we're going to attach this to somewhere. So we need we're not going to delete the mono behavior over here, but we're going to use this one as a well, I mean, so we want to show the our money on our screen right now, like this. So to make it like that, we need another namespace, which is using Unity dot UI. We need this one. Well, and here we need the integer. We need some variables, so which is static integer, which can be used in anywhere else. I'll just call it money, and we need a public integer, which is start money. I'll just say 1000. Public text. Just for this one is money text. So this text is oops, this text is to show the our the money inside of our scene. So into the start money, which is money, is going to be start money, and we're going to control this money value inside of the our placement manager. And let's then to use this money text, we need it. We need to bring it to the our the UI. So here we need the just to do that. Well, I'm just write down before we control equal to we can write down oops, we can write down whatever else, but I'll just call it to money equal to can write down the dollar or pounds or whatever. I'll just use the dollar for now. So by doing this, I'm going to explain you now. We can see we can use this text on our screen. So save this one. I'm going to just attach this. Going to attach this to new game object manager. Set. And under the canvas, we're going to create new text. Just write down this money text. Now let's bring this text here around here. I mean, If you want to put it somewhere else, it's up to you. You change the anchor point to right bottom. So it's going to stay there, like even though you have a uh, different screen, different sides of the screen. What we need to change is just the font or the size is whatever you want. I'm going to use this font and picture, like this. I'd like to have a white text. Yeah, and then actually, well, you can hide like something like this, but as a just placeholder. But actually, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's going to here this text is going to use the text from this one. So how we use it inside of the money manager. Let's attach our script, which is money manager, and you see the money text is going to use this one. So we're going to attach this money text to here. And if you just play over here, you will see this is changed to what we have, what we wrote inside of our script. Maybe I just want to bring it a bit down. This, yeah. So now you can see our money state inside of our screen. And now let's handle this data inside of our placement manager. If there was some, right? So go to the placement manager. And, okay. Uh, so we're going to use this money like money values when we click the when we buy some object. So when we just place the object, you're not going to spend the money, and just you can check your object and you can place wherever you want. But when you buy, you want to spend the money, right? So inside of the buy object on click, because this is handling the buy functions in our script. So what we need is here another shop manager, which is I can say that selected object object is again it's going to get the same get object to buy. So it's going to use the exactly same object which is we used in the game object. I mean, sorry, the place object. And if so, we're going to use the money from the money manager. So if money manager is because we don't want to have an error when we spend all the money. But before we write down the if, maybe it's I'm going to go this one after. So money manager money. This is the data we want to handle it, right? So it's going to be it's going to use the money of the selected object, the cost of the selected object. So cost for each object, where is it? Is their cost. So we're going to spend each cost when we when you buy each object. So this is every time when you click the buy object, when you click the buy, it's going to spend the cost of the selected object from the money which we have over here. And then if we spend all the money, we don't want to make it to minus, right? So to do that, we need if state. So if money manager of the money is less than, so if the cost is expensive than the our money, so you cannot buy it anymore. So what we can do here is just return. So it's not going to do anything, and it's going to recheck all these functions. So you cannot go further than this line if we don't have the money. So that's it actually. So while doing this one, let's check it. If I buy this one, yeah, now we see that the money is spending. Well, I mean, there is error because what's it? Okay, yeah, it's totally fine for now. So every maybe not 7 5. Ah, mm, there because like do you remember that mm, if if you didn't choose any object, there can be error in this case. So because like the new AI object can could be empty. So what we want to do is here is so every time when you buy something, you should place something first and then you can buy it. So if is it AI object is no, if it is not selected anything and return. So if it is empty, you cannot do anything. So play it. If you don't select anything, you cannot buy anything and there is no error. And you have to select something and place, and then buy. Then it's going to spend the money. Place, buy, place, buy. Yeah, you see the all amount of the money is reducing, right? So result of this, so so now you can go to the build settings and the player settings and change the name of the product name. Oops. Then just build and run. And I'm going to just skip this part. But yeah, however, the result of that is exactly this one. So now you can place the object and so you can change the size or you can rotate the items and you can buy it.